Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. In this video, I'm going to show you how we can integrate GitLab with Jenkins. This video is just not limited to the integration of Jenkins, but we are going to see the use case, um, how we can use GitLab and Jenkins. So let's begin. So this is my channel. You navigate to YouTube and put Cloud Geeks there in the search bar and press enter. If I navigate to this Cloud Geeks, navigate to the video section, simply press the Jenkins and press press the search bar, and I'm going to enter Jenkins in the search bar. So this is the um, search with regard to the Jenkins. So in past, I've created a video with regard to the Jenkins deployment in 5 minutes. This is the video I'm talking about. We are going to do the same. First of all, we are going to set up the Jenkins, and we are going to set up the GitLab personal API token. First of all, first thing first, I'm going to spin up a Jenkins. Let me navigate to, first of all, let me open a shell, and I'm going to enter into my server, which is a blank server actually, and we are going to install Jenkins on Docker, and also Docker installation. I've already done that. So let me open another shell. So if I do SSH into my server cloud user, and it is going to be server.cloudgeeks.tk. In this server, what I've done, I've already installed the Docker. So let me add this password. Okay, there is a mistake. Let me enter second time. So no, don't save it. Fine. Okay. So I'm going to be root, and I'm going to again find the password. Let me show you the Docker stuff, systemctl uh, status of Docker. Docker is already running, right? So what I'm gonna do, I've already created repository, public repository and private repository. Private repository I've set up in GitLab, and public repository I've set up for you guys to provide you the link. So you should be able to have a good idea what we are going to do. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do the Jenkins setup in Docker. So simply what you need to do, first of all, excuse me, create this network. What I've already done that. So what then I'm going to do, I'm going to use this guy, build Docker images with Jenkins, and also use Docker inside um, Jenkins. So as you know, Jenkins is going to be, inside Docker. So simply I'm going to copy this command, and I'm going to paste it here. So this is the command. So as I told you, the network Jenkins I've set up to just make sure that if any other container, if I want to do the DNS lookup inside Docker, so custom network to custom Docker network, you are able to do that stuff. Okay. Sorry, forget it. That particular network is also removed by me, so I'm going to simply do remove this Jenkins as it is not running. So I'm going to simply now, for your understanding, I'm going to simply use this command to create a Jenkins network, and I'm going to again run the previous command, and it is going to spin up that container. So let me do docker ps. You will see this container is running, and if I do docker images, we are using the Jenkins LTS version, which is already provided by Jenkins organization on the Docker Hub. So Jenkins is up and running, and it is running on port 80. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simply navigate to my server.cloudgeeks.tk, and okay, previously I've tested this code. Instead, I'm gonna use this guy. So Jenkins should be available on my server.cloudgeeks.tk, right? So okay, so let me do the um, okay, let me first of all enter into it. So why it is not asking me for the password? Because that particular custom volume I've already set up. So this is the reason for it. So but I just want to show you guys right from the scratch. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simply remove this Jenkins. Right, it is up and running, so that's why I've used the hyphen f flag. If I do docker volume ls, you see, I want to remove this docker volume, remove this Jenkins volume. Okay, and I'm gonna rerun this command. So if I'm going to rerun this command, it is going to be a fresh installation of Jenkins, and it is going to create a fresh volume as well. So if I navigate to Jenkins, again, let me just click this guy and paste it again. So I should be able to see the very fresh installation of Jenkins. So that is now where we are going to configure the Jenkins quickly, and we should be able to, able to deploy our application, and that particular application um, is going to be integrated with GitLab. So I'm going to simply get out this. So, and but before that, I have to type Docker. Um, I should type Docker exec interactive into Jenkins, and this should be the commands. Okay, there is a typo there, so I should type Jenkins. Okay, so it gives me that you see hash, and I'm going to put it here. So that is the admin password. So, guys, for your understanding, I'm starting from the scratch. So, you should be able to see that how easy it is if you go for the container side instead of, do the regular stuff by installing uh, the traditional way as we have done in the past. As there is no need, every company is going towards the containerization, and we set up our server um, via Docker because it is very powerful in a way that the installation is going to be quick, it is stable, it is tested, and all the tags or the version, I should say, are available on the Docker Hub, on other registries as well, on AWS as it's now on public registry, similarly GitLab and Red Hat as well. So you can check that. So as I discussed, we are setting up the LTS version of Jenkins, and it is gonna be available soon. So I'm going to install the basic um, plugins, which is recommended by Jenkins, and soon we are able to see our Jenkins up and running. And I'm going to quickly configure that. Let me do that. Other than that, while it is installing, I'm going to set the permission for the Jenkins user. What it mean by that? Which means that Jenkins should be able to use the Docker socket. So this is the Jenkins user permission set. So simply you need to copy this and paste it here. So let me press Control C, and that's it. So Jenkins now have the permission to use the Docker socket. If I do Docker exec interactive shell into Jenkins and do a bash shell, if I do press Docker ps-a, should be able to see my containers and run the command as well. So why we are doing it, I will show you in a moment. So first now configure the Jenkins. I'm going to press admin. Password is admin. Okay. Uh, admin and admin cloudkeys.ca. That's fine. Save and continue. So guys, as this is the demo, I'm going to simply remove that particular container and remove this server. So let's press the start button. You see, we have a fresh installation. Now what we are going to do, I'm going to simply do the next step, and the next step is going to be the installation of, I should say, let me navigate to the GitLab, and next step is going to be the installation of Docker Compose. So what you need to do is to do nothing. We have already enter into that particular container, and we need, um, okay, let me press Control D. Okay, do have an I, and I'm going to first of all enter into that container, and I want um, Docker Compose inside that. So I'm going to do again check into that particular container of Jenkins, and now what I'm gonna do, um, let's say I'm gonna cd to slash, and let's create a file here, or I should do, um, go back to the outside of that particular container. I'm going to create one file. Let's say I'm going to say compose. Let's say for understanding, I'm gonna say this Docker Compose installation inside container. So you can build your image or on the runtime, that would be fine. That if even that container is gonna stop, you started, this installation is going to be persistent. So that is one way of doing it. So I'm going to make it executable, and I'm gonna paste it here. So I just want to copy this guy into, uh, inside the container, and the container is with name Jenkins, and I want to paste it inside slash with this name, or that would be fine. That should be fine. So if I do Docker exec again, so the reason I've done it, I have to install a Vim or any editor instead that. So instead of avoiding that, I've done this. So now I'm gonna do chmod, although it is executable, just to make sure that we should be able to do chmod. Okay, permission not. Okay, let's try Docker Compose. See, we should be able to install. Permission denied. So, okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do Docker exec. So these commands are going to really help you with the user root, because we were in the slash, so it won't allow us to do that. So now I'm gonna do cd into slash, right? So it's cd into slash, and if I do ls, and I'm going to do chmod plus, make it executable, although it was just for understanding. You see that error has gone. Now we are able to install Docker Compose. So you see, we have Docker Compose version 1 and 2 as well, but we are going to use the Docker Compose version 1. And if I do Docker Compose version, we have both versions available. So this is the script. I've already added it, and I'm going to do Control D to just exit out of this container. So as far as the Jenkins part, it is done. We are fine with that. So what I'm gonna do, navigate to this repo again, to the GitLab, and now we are going to set up one API token in GitLab, right? So this is the repository I've set up. This is the private repository. I'm going to show you why I've set up private repository to just give you an understanding that we are going to access our private token. So and private image. So if you click the preferences, navigate to the access token, we are going to create one token. I'm going to call this Jenkins, and I'm not going to set any expiry. Simply, I'm going to call check this API. You can do other stuff, read repository, write repository, and all that stuff. But simply, I just want to use the API. The reason I used it, it grant complete read-write access to the API, including all the groups and projects, the container registry, and the packet registry. Even in the free account, you will have a container registry, private registry. I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to create this personal access token. So this token is available. Simply, what you need to do is to simply copy this guy and paste it here, because we are going to use this token in um, Jenkins GitLab API token. So why we are going to use it? We are going to use it to pull our image, which is living in the GitLab um, with private registry. So let me navigate to the repository section, and I'm going to show you this guy, that this is the GitLab integration with Jenkins. So if I navigate to um, package and registries, this is the container registry. This is the private registry, as this is the private repository. This is the image we are going to pull. This is my application. I have logged into this registry and push my image to this. And how we do that? So it is pretty much simple. I've added the command in this guy in readme YAML, sorry, readme.md. Simply to log in, you should use this command docker login registry with gitlab.com. It it is going to ask for your password and username. So the username is going to be the name of the token. The name of the token which we have already set up is Jenkins, and the actual password is the actual API token. So that is simple. So how we can do the build? So we need to tag our application with this, as this is the registry. This is the registry name. Let me cover this part as well. This is the registry name. This is my username, QuickBooks 2018, right? This is the repository name. And after that, this is going to be the tag my bb1. I'm going to use the latest one. So it is pretty simple. I've already pushed my application to the private registry, and we are going to access and deploy through Jenkins. So let me again navigate to this section. So okay, other than that, this is the last part we are going to do. So let me cover this. This is the Jenkins GitLab pipe. So in this simple pipeline, what I have done, I've created the environments. In Jenkins, I'm not going to set any GitLab um, plugin. So how we can access that API? Simply, I'm going to use the simple stuff. Navigate to this dashboard, click this small arrow, manage Jenkins, here security, manage credential. We are going to use, I'm going to click this global, and I'm going to add one credential, and that credential is going to be the API token. So if I navigate to this kind, navigate to the secret text. The secret text is the API token, right? So I'm going to type simply GitLab. Sorry. The ID is gonna type. I'm gonna type this GitLab and let's say description is going to be same, and I'm going to put this token here. Okay, I thought I would copied it, and so let me paste it here. Make sure you save this token because it is not going to be available for you guys again. So I'm going to paste it, and I'm going to paste it. I'm going to say okay. So this GitLab token is set up. So if I navigate to this uh, pipeline again, these are the environment variable which I've set up. Registry, I told you, this is the registry, public registry. Uh, I'm going to use the GitLab. It might be your self-hosted GitLab registry as well with your server. So this is my account name. This is the repository which I've already set up. This is the tag I'm going to use. The name of the token is Jenkins I've set up. So this is the credential, and definitely this is I'm going to update now, and this can be any name, but this is the environment variable we can set up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this guy, and I'm going to simply copy this pipeline, and I'm going to navigate to Jenkins, click this dashboard. I'm going to set up new pipeline, and I'm going to call this GitLab integration with Jenkins. I'm going to save it, right? And discard old builds, that's fine, and do not allow concurrent builds, that's fine. Poll SCM, I'm going to set up after 1 minute, which means that after 1 minute, if I do any commit to my repository, it should be able to trigger this pipeline. So as I told you, one thing is really important here. So um, credential ID, as I told you, this is I need to update. So this uh, ID is going to be simply okay. This is the poll SCM. I will set it up in front of you how you can do that. And with regard to that particular variable, sorry, I need to update this, and this is going to be the GitLab, and this is the API token which we are going to use in pipeline. So if I navigate to the pipeline section, let me cover this part for you guys. So in order to log in with private registry, what I'm going to use Docker login. User is going to be this API token name. API token name I already show you is the Jenkins, and this is the environment variable, and this is the password which is going to be totally safe. So this is the GitLab API token, and this GitLab API token is now updated by this GitLab part only, right? So what I've done here, I've updated this to only GitLab. You see, this is GitLab which we have already set up. So then what we need to do, we are going to set up one private key as well. This private key, let's say I'm going to set up this, let it set up with the same name. So this is the credential ID, and I'm going to put, sorry, and I'm going to simply let it copy from here instead of there. So I'm going to copy this guy, right? And I'm going to, first of all, I wanna save this, okay, and in fact, instead of saving it, I just want to show you the pipeline syntax as well. So click on this guy, pipeline syntax, click this, and simply type git. And I just want to show you how you can set up this snippet. So our branch is main. If I navigate to the GitLab section, you see this branch is main. So that's why I updated the branch. I want to clone this repository, and let me navigate to this repository, and this is the private repository. How I can clone it? So, and I'm going to put the URL here, right? So currently I don't have any credential. You see, it is now red. So what I need to do, you see, no credential available. So I'm going to click this Jenkins guy. Okay, and I'm going to use the SSH username with the private key. So ID is going to be, let's say, Jenkins, call it Jenkins access. Okay, and that's fine. I'm going to Jenkins access to GitLab. Okay, and I'm going to um, let's say the username is gonna be enter directly. Username is gonna be Jenkins. So I'm going to add a private key. So as you see, I'm um, inside my server. I can add a private key, but what I wanna do, I'm going to create one more key here. So you can add keys like anything which you can put your private key and I mean add here, but I just don't want to show my actual private key here. So what I wanna do here, I wanna add one key here. So if I do Docker exec interactive shell into Jenkins, right, and have a bash. So it is just an example. So if I do SSH dash keygen, press enter, 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 okay. And if I do ls hyphen a, right, and if I do to scd into this directory, right, so we have public and private key, and this is we are inside the container. So I'm gonna show you just as an example. So this is our private key, but one thing before that, this public key should be in your repository. So that is how to I mean keep your authentication is gonna be happen. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simply copy this guy, and I'm going to navigate into my repository and um, click this preferences, right, navigate to SSH, and I'm gonna call this, right. So let's call it more, I mean Jenkins container. Yeah, that's Jenkins. Let's say Jenkins Docker is fine. Add a key here. Okay, now we have our private key as well. I'm just showing you all the stuff for understanding. So simply what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simply add this private key. Okay, hopefully it is copied, and if I navigate to the Jenkins, I'm gonna add it, no passphrase add. So okay, if I navigate to the Jenkins GitLab credentials, this error should be gone. As you see, it is gone. So which means that Jenkins is now able to pull that repository. So if I navigate to generate pipelines script, so this is going to be the pipeline script which I'm going to update uh, in my Jenkins pipeline. So I need to simply remove this existing stuff. So which was with regard to my previous testing, and I'm gonna put it exactly the same stuff which I've copied from that which we have set up. So as far as the pipeline is concerned, let me first of all save it, and Let me show you that part, what we are going to do next. So this is gonna clone our repository, and it's gonna download this, and we are going to log into our private registry, and it is going to pull that particular application image from that, and Jenkins is now pulling here that particular, you see, registry, account, repo, tag, and all this setup here with with these environment variable names. So also I need to update this as well. So let me also navigate into my AWS repository, and let me update this as well. Sorry, GitLab, GitLab pipe, uh, Jenkins pipe for that. So I've added one more step with regard to that. I want to deploy the application as well. So simply I'm going to copy this one more stage here, and I'm gonna update. Uh, okay, update here. Let me navigate to my container. Okay, and um, um, I'm gonna pause it. I'm going to update. So guys, I've updated that, and if I do refresh to that, so see we are now able to see our pipe updated with regard to the deployment of application. So we saved it, and let me also cover the last part of this, and the last part of this is with regard to the Docker Compose YAML. So it is a simple Nginx, uh, simple Nginx installation, and I'm going to simply run that. So guys, this is the simple Docker Compose file. This is my image, and we are going to deploy this application, and it is going to be available on our server on port 880. Currently, it is not available if I navigate to the server.cloudgeeks.pk, and if I do simply click the simply type this, see, it is actually going to be the same application, but it is coming from the cache. So if I do question mark, you see it is not yet available. So this is the application. Let's try to build now. If everything goes well, it is going to be deployment, and if you see in case of any error, we should not be able to see the deployment. So let's see what's happened here. So I'm going to navigate to the console output and see running Jenkins. Um, there seems to be a typo. Let me see that, and I will update you regarding this. Guys, you see this is the credential. I just by mistake put this underscore. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to apply it. You should be able to see the debugging part as well. So I'm also covering that. So build now. This is the third build. I've tried it. Let's see in case we should be able to deploy. So you see it is now able to pull it, uh, pull the SCM checkout. If I do navigate to the console output, you see Docker login to that particular registry seems to be um successful, and okay, and login you see succeeded. We are now able to pull our image, and it is gonna deploy that, so it is success. See, this is the image I shown you from the start of this video. It is pulled the image from repository, and if I do refresh to this one, you see uh, in a while that our application should be excuse me, available on this port. So but still then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see Let me do this guy and let's see Control D and press Docker ps hyphen a. So um, it seems like that it is not uh, able to run that pipeline because Docker Compose up is missing. Let me debug that as well. Okay, guys, there was not an issue. Actually, I've updated the pipeline in only the GitHub section. I forget it to update in the snippet. So let me copy the pipeline again. And if I navigate to the Jenkins GitLab section, and if I do simply navigate to this Jenkins pipe, and I'm going to click raw, and I'm going to paste this complete pipeline again, which is actually with regard to the deployment. So it is finished success because I was just pulling the image previously. If I navigate to the pipeline section, you see this is limited to the simply pulling of image. There is no deployment section. I'm going to remove again. I'm going to paste it here and I'm going to save and I'm gonna build now. When I press build now, you see in a while that fourth is fourth one is started and we have now one more error. Let's see what we have, and it is the again I need to update, and definitely the it is with regard to the credentials. So it is going to be only GitLab which we have set up. So I forgot it to update this one. Save it, build now, and we should be able to find this time. And this is the fifth pipeline we are running. And let me navigate to the output. You see it is now success. So this time what we have done, we use the Docker Compose up command. I'm doing the ls here, so it shows the readme md in the repository in Docker Compose YAML, and you see we use this command Docker Compose up hyphen d. So if I navigate to my server, if I do Docker ps again, you see the application is now running with this image. This is the image it pulled from my private GitLab registry. And if I do navigate to reload this, to see my application is now available. So that is it, guys. And one last thing I need to update you. For instance, if you simply do this is the complete CI/CD stuff, and I wanna um, do one thing with regard to that as well. So let me navigate um, to the GitLab, and I just want to show you this last part. If I navigate to the repos and if I simply navigate to the GitLab integration with Jenkins, and I just want to do one thing. I'm not going to clone it, and I'm just want to do from the UI. And this time I want to, let's say, click on edit, and I want to run this application on 9000. Why I'm not running on 80 port? Because Jenkins is already running on it. So I want to show you the automated trigger and deployment. And similarly, you can use the update of your new version of application. So I just want to show you that I want to update the port. So I'm going to call this application port updated to 9000, right? And this is the commit I want to do. I've done this commit, and if I navigate to the Jenkins section, navigate to this. So we have set up the poll SCM for 1 minute. I should be able to see my, you see, automated trigger after 1 minute. It is gonna deploy that, and if everything goes well, it is gonna run our application on port now 9000. You see application deployment is automatically done successful. If I want to run this, you see I should not be able to see my application on this port. Instead, I wanna navigate to port 9000 and let's try that. So if the 9000 port is available on my server, I mean open on my server, let me see that it is gonna be run on that. So if I do docker ps, you see this is port now 9000 linked to that. So definitely this is the thing I need to show you. Currently it is not open in the security group, and this is the stuff I just need to show you. I just show you from the um, command line. That is it, guys. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you very much.